9-4 is where we're going to do several transformations together. So it's called a composition of isometries. The term isometry means same distance. An isometry is a transformation that preserves distance or length. So translations, reflections, and rotations, all of those are isometries. So what we're going to do is we're going to do those together. The biggest challenge, I guess, is just remembering what order you do those in. So here is my first question, and capital R tells me I'm reflecting across this line. If it's a lowercase r, that would tell me to rotate. Capital T tells me to translate, and then this is telling me to do what figure. So what you want to do is remember that you're working backwards in this case. So the translation is what you would do first, and then you're going to come back and reflect across that line second. So work backwards. So start with your figure in essence and then work your way out. So I went ahead and plotted that point down on my graph again just because there wasn't enough room on this graph. So I went ahead and did that. So if you want to pause the video so you have a chance to do that, you can. So then what I did is I translated this rule. So this is telling me, since my second number is -5, my first number is 0, that just tells me to move every point down 5. So I took each point and I went down 5 from there. And then notice I labeled each with T prime, E prime, X prime, because that was my first transformation. Then the second thing says to reflect across X equals 0. X equals 0 would be right here on the x-axis. So if I were to draw a reflection line through that point, this is where I would reflect across. So then I just counted across. So I counted 1 to my reflection line and then 1 away. For X, I counted 2 to my reflection line and then 2 away. And then for excuse me, and then for T, I counted 5 to the line and then 5 across. So I drew arrows just on this so you could see my two transformations. This is my end result. You should be labeling correctly which one was your end result by the E double prime, X double prime, and the T double prime. Go ahead and pause the video and try the got it question. Okay, in the got it question, you are going to translate first. So this tells me I'm going to move everything right 1. So the first thing I did was I replotted my triangle from up top, and then I went ahead and moved each point right 1. Then the next thing, capital R, tells me to reflect. So I'm reflecting across y equals -2. So on the y-axis, I put a point at -2, and then I was drawing in my reflection line. So then I'm just counting to my reflection line and coming up with that reflection. So this should be your double primed final answer. Okay, let me know if you have any questions about doing the composition, but it's really just doing both transformations at the same time. Biggest thing again is making sure you work backwards. So start with the figure and then work to the left.